Hello Rural Fest. Hope you're all well. As you can see, it's a beautiful day. The birds are singing and I'm very happy to be involved in this lovely festival. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the other things that are going to be on as part of it. For now, I'm on my way to find a nice green space to play you some songs. So I'm Nicky Bray and I go under the musical name of Nicky Bray's Musical Menagerie. And just wanted to start this video on my way so that I could show you something that's just round the corner from my house. So hope my camera skills will do this justice. But yeah, look at this incredible road that's just round the corner from us. If I ever feel sad, I just have to go out of my house and look at those trees, and that really cheers me up. So with the theme of the festival being Rural Fest, I just wanted to share that with you before I get on with the music. So the songs that I'm going to play for you today were inspired by an open mic night for songwriters that I co-run with my very good friend Carl Flattery. So it's a monthly night in Leeds called Tower of Song. And the concept of the night is that every month there's a different theme and musical style to inspire us to write songs that we then play on the night to a very lovely and supportive audience. So these songs have been written for that night. I hope you enjoy them. And I'm going to find somewhere nice to set up and play them for you now. So I found a lovely spot to play you my first song today. There is bird song all around. Hopefully you can hear that. I thought maybe when I press the record button they might get a bit shy and stop, but they are still singing beautifully, and hopefully I'll sound half as good as they do when I play you this song in a minute. Before I play each song, I'll just tell you what the songwriting challenge was behind them all, just to give you a bit of context. So this song, Live and Learn, was written on the theme of beginnings, and we had to write a song using the same 4 chords in the same order throughout the song. I think that's a really brilliant songwriting exercise. Yeah, it wasn't my suggestion, so that sounded really modest. Oh, I had a brilliant idea for songwriting. No, we get the audience to suggest what we do, so this was somebody else's really good idea. So yeah, so using 4 chords, there's loads of great songs out there with only 4 chords, or 3, or even 2 if you kind of look for them. And also it goes to show that you don't need to use lots of chords, lots of complicated chords. You don't have to be a really good guitar player, which I'm most definitely not, to write a song. And you know, it's great. It's awful when you're kind of scared to do something because you think it's going to be hard and complicated. And actually that kind of brings me nicely into my take on the theme of beginnings, because this song is about learning new things, particularly when you're older, and not kind of worrying about trying to be brilliant at them, and actually it being quite a relief to be rubbish at things. So so certainly I'm kind of finding out more and more things that I am rubbish at as I get older, and it's kind of a relief not having to be brilliant at everything. Not that I was, but you know, in education you have to try and, you know, get the best mark you can. There's a lot of competition, and as you get older you can kind of forget all about that, really. Unless you're a brain surgeon, then it's probably still good to be pretty good at what you're doing. But you know, if it's things like riding a bike, which is what inspired this song as well, not my efforts to learn a bike at an advanced age, then you don't really have to be good at them. Yeah, so that's what it's about, really. I think a song about learning is quite good at the moment as well, because I think we're all doing a lot of learning, really. Learning how to kind of cope with the challenges of lockdown. For those of us who are moving all the things that we do online, you know, whether it's work or music or community voluntary stuff, it's learning how to do that, learning all the technology to do it. So yeah, it's certainly been a time of learning, I think. Yeah. So yeah, after that long-winded introduction, here is the song Live and Learn. Learning to ride a bike at the age of 40. Why did I not do it sooner in life, with fewer obstacles to thwart me? Now I've got more body mass to balance and far further to fall, and stabilizers give rise to derisory comments more than when you're small. My steering is veering, you'll see me grace. It's the no when you're 4, not when you're middle-aged. But frankly, I really don't care, as I glide down that hill with the wind through my hair. It's never too late to make a start. It's never too late to make a start. Once you accept you might not be adept, and you don't have to excel. You can say what the hell. Learning how to swim at the age of 70. Why did I leave it so long to dive in? The water feels heavenly. But no other adult is doing doggy paddle in the shallow end, and I hope that I don't get the bends. This chlorine is making me choke, and I can't see a thing without my bifocals. And when I'm floating in the ocean, stretched out on an inflatable, my prowess is debatable, but I feel unbreakable. It's never too late to make a start. It's never too late to make a start. Once you accept you might not be adept, and you don't have to excel. You can say what the hell. It's never too late to make a start. It's never too late to make a start. Once you realize there's no pressure, no prize, and you don't have to excel, you can say what the hell. You can say what the hell. Oh, did you hear that bird at the end? That was perfect. That was like it was planned. What am I saying? It was planned. It was totally planned. I speak to the animals. I am the Dr. Dolittle of modern times. Yeah, okay. Next song in a minute. So this next song is called The Language of Love, and the challenge for this song was to write a song inspired by the Eurovision Song Contest, which contained a line from a film, so you can see if you can spot what that is. Something I've been doing during lockdown that I hadn't really been doing for years is going out jogging. I'm actually sat on my jogging route now, so I'm trying to find kind of green spaces near home to jog in, and there's a little quite overgrown field actually. If you can see, quite like it. There's never many people in this field. It's not great for jogging because you've got to be careful you don't trip over, but all good so far. So I don't think I really go fast enough to fall over when I'm jogging, but through there's a lovely little wood, so I like to go jogging through the wood, and then it comes out onto another little green space as well. So I kind of jog around there, kind of looking at everybody's cute dogs that they're walking, but not getting too close obviously, and yeah, it's really nice. And I also find that when I'm out jogging, it kind of gives me the headspace to think of lyrics too. So certainly some of the lyrics from this song were written when I was out jogging, and actually when I was out when I was writing my last song, I was out on a jog that was only meant to be a 30-minute jog, and I was working on these lyrics and I didn't want to kind of stop, and I ended up tricking myself and distracting myself into doing an hour's jog. So I was really chuffed with that. Yeah, lyrics and more exercise than intended, so yeah, it was a double win situation. Right, so let's get on with the song. So I've pre-recorded the guitar and backing vocals so that I can sing the main vocal and also play, look at this lovely little instrument here, The Wooden Frog. Gorgeous. Listen to that. What a nice sound that is. So yeah. Oh, do you know, it's a shame that I'm not playing this song in the wood, but it's getting a bit late now, and if there's kind of couples out having romantic walks in the wood, they probably don't want to be disturbed by me, so probably just as well that I'm in this overgrown field. So yeah, I'm going to chuck in a bit of a guitar solo as well, see how that goes. So here we go, The Language of Love. I remember the day we met, Leeds Bradford Airport in '83. I was flying with EasyJet. We locked eyes in the queue for duty free. I inquired as to your destination, but you just smiled and gave a shrug, and I failed to engage conversation as I paid for my cigarettes and travel plug, 'cause you couldn't understand a word I said. I couldn't understand a word you said. We couldn't understand each other. It was the start of a perfect relationship. The language of love could be Russian or Greek or any other language that I cannot speak. The language of love is a language I can't understand. Within weeks we moved in together and coexisted in ignorant bliss. We had no lingua franca to speak out in anger, no shed tongue other than when we'd kiss. There was never a reason to argue, with no words with which to disagree about politics, sports or religion. I've no idea if you sided with me. And when the day came, your proposal was so romantic. I haven't a clue what you said, but the ring was gigantic. And I couldn't understand a word you said. You couldn't understand a word I said. We couldn't understand each other. It was the start of a marriage made in heaven. 'Cause the language of love could be Russian or Greek or any other language that I cannot speak. The language of love is a language I can't understand. Yes, the language of love could be German or Spanish. My GCSE vocabulary has all but vanished. The language of love is a language I can't understand. Understand a word I said. I couldn't understand a word you said. We couldn't understand each other. When no words are cast, well, there'll be no hasta la vista, baby. 'Cause the language of love could be Russian or Greek or any other language that I cannot speak. The language of love is a language I can't understand. Yes, the language of love could be Zulu or Xhosa. Each impenetrable syllable just brings us closer. The language of love is a language I can't understand. Yes, the language of love could be Thai or Malay. I won't know if you're slagging me off either way. The language of love is a language I can't understand. Yes, the language of love is any language I cannot understand. Okay, next song. This song is actually, it doesn't have a title yet. It's a very new song, but I'm going to call it The Last People on Earth for today. And the challenge for this was to write a song about the last person on Earth in a style that was completely out of your comfort zone. So I've only been playing ukulele a few months, so this is my first song written on a ukulele. It's a really good instrument. If you're a beginner and you want to play a stringed instrument, then yeah, ukulele, only 4 strings. It's very small, so if you've got little fingers, if you're a kid and you want to start on an instrument, this is really good. And if you're really lucky, like I was, somebody might give you a Beano Dennis the Menace ukulele. So you never know, you could be that lucky. This song is about, I guess it's a little bit about having loads of choice, having too much choice, really. And I certainly find that's the case. I would like to just choose between 2 things. So a lot of the time, you know, I don't buy a lot of stuff anyway, but I get really scared about making the wrong decision about buying stuff. And there's just too much information out there, too much choice, too much information about stuff where it doesn't really matter, it's not important. So yeah, you could say this song's a little bit about this as well. Here we go. There's some people walking across the field looking at me strangely, so hopefully I won't alarm them too much when I burst into song. But here we go, The Last People on Earth, working title. It's been an age that I've loved you unrequitedly. I bet you don't even know I exist. I watch you play gigs to which you've not invited me. I dream of being on your guest list. I wonder what it would take for you to notice me. Perhaps some sort of magical potion would give me the chance to finally romance you and show you a whole new devotion. Or what if the population of the world was suddenly reduced to 1 boy and 1 girl? And if we were the last people on the earth, would you finally look at me or give me a wide berth? And would it merely rub the wound with salt if I won your heart purely by default? There's too many fish in the sea for you to follow me upstream. I am a humble worker bee. You've got your sights set on the queen. When there's a range of different flavors, the odds aren't stacked in my favor. Why settle for vanilla if rum and raisins what you savor? But if we were the last people on the earth, would you finally look at me or give me a wide berth? And would it merely rub the wounds with salt if I won your heart purely by default? If you were a kid inside a sweet shop with no adults to restrain you, you'd go tearing past the pear drops, and I wouldn't really blame you. While you're dazzled by eye candy, you will always be short-sighted, and with 8 billion on this planet, we will never be united. Sorry, just getting my hair out my mouth. But if we were the last people on the earth, would you finally look at me or give me a Thank you. The disadvantage of having a little instrument is that when you've got big hands, big sausage fingers, because I'm a bass player really, it is quite hard sometimes to fit them on the chords. And I've actually got a guitar capo on, which is like an enormous thing, which would be like me wearing, you know, an enormous coat. So it does get in the way a bit. But anyway, I think I got away with that. So yeah. Hello, this is the last song I'm going to play for you today. And actually I do have a bit of a confession to make. So when I say today, 2 of the songs that you've been watching were actually filmed yesterday. I was a bit worried after such a rainy week that there wasn't going to be any nice weather this weekend. So I popped out early yesterday evening to do a couple of songs, just so I had a couple outdoors in case I had to do the rest of the set indoors today. But this afternoon has been lovely and sunny, and here I am outside. And also I did say after one of yesterday's songs that I wished I'd filmed a song in a wood. And here I am filming a song in a wood, so it's all turned out well. And that song is the song that I wrote in response to the challenge to write a song about crisps in the style of barbershop, which actually is right up my street because I really like writing songs about food. I don't actually like crisps, but I did find it a very inspiring topic. And with barbershop, well, actually, I had to record this song in a hurry because I'd been working away and I got back late, and it was for the event the next day. So I didn't have time to rope in any friends, so I made my own friends, literally made my own friends. There you go, there they are. That's what I looked like at the time. I only managed to find tiny sunglasses for this one, so hopefully these ones won't have too much glare. And yeah, I've got some crisps that I borrowed from my partner, which I think make nice little dresses actually, don't they? So there we go. I think actually when I first performed this at Tower of Song, I had kind of stuck a lot of crisp packets over my skirt, so you know, I did put some effort into the fashion side of things as well. Yeah, so I don't know what else to tell you about this one. Yeah, you probably also need to know that this is about one of my obsessions, which is international football from the early 90s. And so there are lots of references to England players at the time, and one in particular who was a hero of mine, and who, yeah, it's kind of about his change of profession and how I feel about that, really. The song's called Gary Vinegar, which probably gives the entire game away if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, here we go, Gary Vinegar. Lineker, I always saw you as a winner, sir, till you started selling salt and vinegar, which I found rather sinister. Oh, Gary Lineker, such an outstanding fellow. You never once got a yellow card at club level or in your 80 internationals, so I find this quite irrational, unwishable and unnutritional. Your moral code, it never could be faulted until you sold your soul for Eddie Salted. So help me, Gary, please solve this conundrum. How did you go from football hero to peddling cheese and onion? Oh, Gary Lineker, I bet your children never finish their dinner, sir, living in a household full of packs of saturated fat-filled snacks. Those are the facts, Gary Lineker. You were the soccer sweetheart of the nation, till your fans you did forsake for smoky bacon. So tell me, Gary, what's your motivation to endorse Worcester sauce with evident elation? Take heed, Gary Lineker, Your former teammates aren't getting any thinner, sir. Glenn Hoddle waddles and Chris Waddle's grown oh so white, and Gaza would be far more live if not for the pull of sour cream and chive. Tell me why, Gary Lineker, why? Oh, tell me why, Gary Lineker, why? Thank you. I'm saying thank you, assuming that you enjoyed that and maybe clapping, but there we go. It's polite, isn't it, to end a set by thanking all the lovely people who may or may not be watching. So, thank you. So I'm just on my way home, and I wanted to say I've had a really, really lovely time playing those songs to you. A bit of a revelation as well. I would never have kind of thought of taking my guitar and my ukulele and my barbershop heads into the woods and doing some music. So yeah, it's always nice to be inspired to have new experiences. So thank you for that. And just a big thanks in general to the Rural Fest organisers for just being so lovely over email, so helpful and encouraging. And I really hope that we get to meet in real life sometime in the not too distant future. Obviously I've kind of talked a lot about songwriting challenges and inspiration for songs that I've got from our songwriting night, from the imagination of our audience members. And we do actually have a Tower of Song event coming up in early July. So I will, I'll put some information at the end of this video for those of you who might be interested in coming along to the online event and also to the in-person events when we can start up again, hopefully in the not too distant future. Right, this is my street, so I'll say goodbye for now. That's quite enough from me. And it's been a real pleasure. Take care, stay safe. Bye.